Good morning, guys. Coffee time with Jeff Adair. Film School, episode 4, day 4, pro YouTuber, daily uploads. Follow, like, subscribe, all that hate in the comments. I don't give a damn. Come, let me hear your opinion. Anyway, check it out, day 4, what we're talking about today. We'll be talking about the settings with your camera. You'll need to dial them in to get a cinematic look.
All right, guys, how to get that fog, let that fog dissipate. Now that we can see, we're about to get to this tutorial. 4th day, YouTube Pro. All you have to do is show up, guys. It's a cakewalk. Come on, let me tell you about these settings on this camera. Guys, to get your camera image, all right, there's 3 settings. Really 4 if you throw white balance in the mix, and I'm gonna tell you all about them. Thinking about going to film school? Don't. I'll tell you everything you need to know, saving you like $50,000. So if you want to just send me a little bonus, cool. I'm gonna be like most pro YouTubers and probably leave some sort of credentials in the bio or the comment, all right?
All right, so when it comes down to the color that your image has, it has everything to do with white balance, all right? Every time you change your environment with your camera, you have to reset your white balance. You could get by with using auto white balance, but on this channel, we will never push auto anything. Every time you reset your camera, you'll need to have a little white cue card to do a quick white balance reset. With the Sony, you can actually use the front lens cap cover, okay? Check out this image. See how it looks like a little orange? See how the white on that coffee mug looks a little orange versus white? Well, you can actually just focus in on that white part and do a quick manual white balance. Watch how the image changes. All right, so now you see the difference in the color. The white is actually white. It just looks better overall. So every time you change your scene, you always want to do a white balance reset. Now on the camera, there's different presets, like there's a day, there's a sun, all right? The sun is measured by 56K. There's a tungsten, okay, for like inside practicals, you know, lamps and whatnot. Those are at 3200K. There's other presets that are in between those. Like I said, I would just do it manually for the best results. It only takes an extra 30 seconds to 1 minute. All right, now that we got color out of the way, we're gonna talk about the 3 settings that affect exposure, all right? How bright your image is, how dark your image is.
F-stop / aperture, shutter, ISO. The first one, the aperture f-stop. That's like your eye. That's when you go from like f22 like this, like a tiny little dot, all the way to like this at 1.8 or 2.8, whatever your lens is.
Look inside the lens. See the blades that open and close as you change those settings? Just like your pupils in your eye, when you go in and out of a dark or room with a lot of light, they change to allow light or less light. This is what it looks like when it's wide open. This is what it looks like when it's all the way closed. F22, F20, F18, F16, F14, F13, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.3, 5.6, 5.0, 4.5, 4.0, 3.5, 3.2, and so forth, all the way back to 1.8. All right, so that is the first setting that you need to learn and practice with.
Then you have shutter. That's like a digital representation of how fast the shutter was opening as it's letting the light into the sensor. Your sensor's all open all the time, but it's a digital representation of how like old cameras used to be. When you would take a picture, you would set your shutter speed of how long you wanted your shutter to open to let that light come in to do your picture.
Now with video production, you always want to start off with doubling your shutter speed with your frame rate. For example, if you're shooting at 24 frames per second, you need to be shooting at a 48 shutter speed. If you're shooting slow-mo, 60 frames per second, you need to be shooting at 120 shutter or 125, whatever your camera setting is closest to doubling the speed of your frame rate.
Thirdly, ISO. This is the one that you don't want to really mess with, okay? If you have a Sony, you're winning, okay? Your Sony has a 800 and 12,800 clean ISO. At 12,800, you can basically shoot in dark with just practicals. You go on the street and shoot a badass like scene that looks like it's from a film. Sony all the way. If you're doing anything else, I don't even know what are you high? Anyway, ISO, real quick, it's artificial light. It's little bitty white dots in your image to lie to your viewers that the image is brighter. If you're, like when I used to rock a Canon, I wouldn't go anything past 800 ISO, maybe 1250. Anything past that, it's gonna be too grainy. You're gonna see the white dots. It's gonna be ugly. All right, and the last thing that we did discuss was white balance. Every time you change your setting, you change your room, you change your location, you have to set your white balance. You're telling the camera what is white, so it knows what colors are what. Let's get it, guys. Subscribe, comment, and ring the bell. I'm a pro YouTuber. This is day 4. I'm not stopping. Every day I'm dropping you gems. Let's go.